All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to today's live stream where we are going to take a look at Bitcoin. And basically, I'm going to answer a very simple question. Has Bitcoin, well, it's not going to be a simple question, obviously, but I'm going to try to answer that question. Has Bitcoin bottomed out or not? Well, it's hard to say, obviously, but we're going to look at the higher time frames and we're going to look at the lower time frames to see if we can find anything interesting here. So yeah, welcome everyone. And if you're new to the channel, just hit that like, subscribe to the channel. And please guys, while you're watching this, just hit that like button. It's going to not only help me and help the channel, but it's going to help you guys because we're going to bring in more people to watch the live. We're going to be growing the channel. And with growing this channel, it means that the quality of the content is going to grow. Everything becomes better. So like and subscribe to the channel, especially hit that like button while being live so we can activate that algo that YouTube has, because as you've seen on my thumbnail, I don't have that weird screaming face. So I'm kind of starting at the bottom. So we need to, boom, activate that algo, press that like button. All right. So Bitcoin, what's going on with Bitcoin? We broke the 60K level to the downside. We are obviously in a local bearish market structure, but a high time frame, very nice, very bullish market structure, I would say. So this is the Bitcoin report from the 18th, it's the 20th today. So that's two days ago. 2 days ago, I posted this Bitcoin update in the Birb Nest Discord channel. And if you're not familiar with the Birb Nest, you're probably familiar with the Birb Nest, but we are running right now I can't find the banner, which I'm supposed to be activating right here. I'm supposed to be activating a banner, which is, not here. Anyway, you can join the, man, where is it? Here it is. Boom. You can see at the bottom right here, you can join the 14-day free trading congress. We have a little under a week left where we are hosting these lives and private workshops within the Discord community. So check that out. Go to the birbnest.com/500K and you can join the free traders congress where I am hosting, and I've already hosted quite a few workshop sessions where you will be able to view all the sessions and probably start working on your own trading system. So it's highly, it's a very high quality free education for you guys. People will be buying, people would buy this for a lot of money, honestly, because the stuff that I've been giving in my workshop sessions has been very similar to some of the very expensive courses that I've done in trading, honestly. So check it out if you're not in already. Go to birbnest.com/free trial. No, the birbnest.com/500K. Sign up, join, and have fun. Right on, check this out. This guy knows what I'm talking about. 5 days left. 5 days left. You guys know what's up. Join the free traded congress before it's done. And yeah, you'll be able to watch the replays as well, so you don't have to watch it live. Right, so Bitcoin, this is the free Bitcoin report that I release in the Bitcoin, the Birb Nest Discord on a weekly basis. If you're not in the Birb Nest Discord, you are missing out on some serious alpha here on a weekly basis. We are posting these reports on a daily basis, actually, but I have Thursday as my day to post. So we see here on the daily that I've written that this blue box up here is support, minor support, I should say, and then below we have major support right here. Do not spend big money on training. Well, you know what? Like what we're doing here in the Birb Nest right now is actually free, right? But I would actually like a trading course is a good trading course is actually very beneficial. I mean, I learned how to trade through a trading community. So I learned how to trade through a trading community, just like the one I remember I was a member of the Bitcoin Bravado back in 17 and 18. And that was a trading community very much like the Birb Nest, and I learned to trade through that one. But it actually was not until I started. I think I have at this point paid for 3 trading courses. I'm not including the CMT, which is not really a trading course. So I paid for 3 trading courses, and honestly, like a lot of people say, don't spend money on training and stuff like that. Yeah, sure, but I learned how to trade that way, and that's why I'm good at this, because I paid for other professionals to show me what they're doing, right? So you have to think about that, right? If you learn how to trade on your own, you have to watch your starting capital as your capital for that trading course, because learning how to trade and losing money is part of a trading course, your own personal trading course. So if you trade and you get totally wrecked on an account, and you blow one account, say you blow a 3K account or something like that, right? So you blow a 3K account, then that is a personal trading course worth 3K, because you will learn a lot from that and you will keep moving on. Buying a trading course is like taking just a shortcut, you know what I mean? So, I do feel like I need 5 minutes on this, because honestly I feel like it's really beneficial for you guys to understand that you don't have to pay a trading course to learn how to trade, but you will have to view your starting capital as a capital that will get lost, because you will lose it. You will most likely blow an account or two. So please, when you start trading, use a very small account, because you're going to lose that money, like I did, and pretty much everyone who started trading before they went profitable. All right, so let's go. Why? I don't like the fact that my face is like my Birb Nest shirt isn't showing because the camera is where it is. But I've had so much feedback that I'm not supposed to use this view right here, because the shot becomes smaller. So I'm just gonna have to sacrifice myself for the cause of the Congress, I guess. Anyway, let's not talk about me or my face or my shirt or whatever. Let's talk about this shot right here. So yeah, to the point. Bitcoin obviously broke the 60K level to the downside. I would like to say the actual price for that level would be like 58.5, right? So the 58.5 area, which is the the EQ of this, the middle of this support level right here, got lost, and it's confluent with the daily 50 EMA right here, the gray. The daily 50 EMA got lost, right? And we can see here on the daily that the overall trend on the daily and the higher time frames is bullish. It's bullish, right? So even with the fact that you're breaking down here, this structure is bullish. Like, you can't really say anything about that. It's by the general rules of TA, this is an uptrend. You have higher highs and higher lows. Now let me show you what happened last time we had when we broke out of the accumulation range right here. So we had that higher high, higher low, reclaimed the daily 50. That was the move that kind of confirmed the fact that we exited this accumulation range after exiting this distribution range right here. Now, yes, this could be a distribution range, and yes, we could break this level to the downside. We can form a massive bearish market structure to form an accumulation range way lower. And actually, I do think that if we do lose this long RLC right here, which is the area between the 0.786 and the 0.618, which in prices would be 45.9 to I'd say 52, obviously a huge area. But if we lose that and we follow the red line right here, then the chances that we are entering a bear market and we are exiting this bull market is fairly high. And then if you look at the weekly, let's use another shot right here. If you look at the weekly, you can then see how this area right here might be viewed as a massive, I don't know if it's correct to say massive distribution area, right? But it's probably not, but you can watch this as a massive range, right? Where you kind of came up and you started trading like this, and then you broke down, right? And lower targets would probably be like the 20K or even lower if we lose bullish market structure here. But that's way far ahead. We shouldn't be talking about that right now, because we will have a few levels closer to price that we need to focus on. So anyway, back to this shot right here. I would like to say that, this test right here, where we had the test of the 50% fib right here, as you can see right here, we do have the 50% fib and the 618 here in very nice confluent with the with the weekly 20 EMA, which is now up here, right here. So the weekly 20 EMA is usually acting as very, very strong support. By the way, I would like to welcome everyone who's new. I've seen a lot of people joining the stream right now. So hit that like button because we want more people to enter. We want that YouTube algo to just boom, you know what I mean? So hit that like button, guys, and welcome. I'm talking about Bitcoin, and I'm talking about the fact that Bitcoin is super bullish on all time frames above the 4 hour, basically. So this is the scenario that I see is at, like, if we see a bearish rejection at the current level, I see it's highly likely that we come down and test the 54K area or even the 52K area where we have the weekly 20 EMA. And below we have the 0.618, which lines up absolutely perfectly with the trend line that we have connecting that low to that higher low region right there. And, you know, perfect, just absolutely perfect. So when I did this Bitcoin report 2 days ago, I had scenario number 1, the green one, scenario number 2, the yellow one, and then scenario number 3, the red one. Both green and yellow is bullish. 3 is rather bearish if we see a rejection here move lower. But again, I'm seeing a lot of guys coming in from Crypto Banter channel. I would like to welcome all of you. You guys are awesome. The support that we're getting for you guys are absolutely fantastic. So much love to you guys and the Crypto Banter channel. Hopefully I can join you guys on that channel someday. Talk about TA, join those guys, and talk a little about break and retest or something like that, right? Anyway, so the green scenario right now is gone. The green scenario right now is gone. All right, it's not going to happen, right? Because we never had a bounce of the daily 50 EMA. That was obviously bearish development. We are obviously much more bearish now than we were when we held 50 EMA as support. That's, I don't think I have to say that. It's just very, very simple. Everyone is talking about 53K. That is why it's not going to happen. Maybe everyone's also talking about 52K. Maybe that's not what's going to happen. So usually what happens is when you have an area where everyone, if you have a price area that everyone's talking about, usually what Bitcoin likes to do is it likes to hit the area above or below. So it either likes to front run that level, or it's just going to blow right past and everyone's going to panic sell. You have a major capitulation move and boom, that's the bottom. And that is actually in a great confluence with the levels that I have in the chart right here. So if you add a level here, which is, I'm first going to add a level at 53K, right? 53. I'm then going to add a level at 52K. These two lines right here is the area that everyone's supposed to be talking about. Where is that area? Well, it's right in between the 50% and the 618. And the weekly 20 EMA is perfectly on that 53K level, right? So what if the front running of that level, the level that everyone's talking about, the front running of that level is 54K. And if we overshoot that level dramatically, we can still hit the trend line and we are still inside the long reload zone, the RLC. And if you guys are not familiar with the reload zone, you can just Google LiBZ42 reload zone or LiBZ42 RLC, and you will most likely have an explanation of that. Well, not most likely, you will find a video of that. So yeah. I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried at all about Bitcoin's current price action. It's actually very, very bullish, and I will be buying a shit ton of Bitcoin down here. Why? Because it's bullish. It's a bullish throwback in an uptrend. Yeah, by the way, guys, shout out to Shed. He was on our channel, I think, yesterday. Great guy, fantastic. You guys should check him out. I'm sure he has a channel, and he's on Bitcoin Live as well. Great guy, super experienced with trading. Holds CMT1. I think he's an awesome trader. Check him out. I think it's Shed something on Twitter. Check him out. Yeah, great guy. Also, get support the channel. All right, what's up, guys? God damn, there's a lot of people coming in here. Hit the like button. I love you all. All right, so this is what we're watching. Now, you have a good overview of what I'm watching on the higher time frames. Now, let's look at the lower time frames, and let's see if we can try to, watch potential bottom formation, right? What do we want to see at the bottom? Because it's very easy for me to be an analyst and say this level is a good level, but an analyst and a trader is not the same thing, right? I might be a very good analyst, but then I might be a shitty trader. I do not consider myself being a shitty trader, but you know what I mean. You will see people on YouTube. It's like you will see YouTube channels like, oh, this level is gonna hit, this level is gonna hit, this level is gonna hit, but you're not gonna see them take a setup. You're not gonna see them risk their own money on a setup and show you exactly their entry triggers, because that is the hard part. That is trading. TA, easy. Trading, extremely hard. So let's go into the trading part about this. Let's see what would be our confirmation. What do we want to see to actually hit that buy button, right? So we go to this chart right here and we focus on the 4 hour. It seems like I'm screaming. Am I screaming, or am I don't know, man. Like I'm so pumped for this live stream. I don't know why. It's I got so much coffee this morning. I feel like I'm gonna explode. So hopefully Bitcoin can break out here, so I can do some, I don't know, like scream, whatever, like act weird, because I don't really have any reasons to do that, because Bitcoin is bearish. All right, so enough weird bullshit about that. What we're seeing right here, I'm going to remove the moving averages, and I'm going to be adding one at a time. Loud is good. Yes, loud is good. I love the fact that I can come down here and I can talk uninterruptedly for 1 hour. And I talk for 5 minutes with my girlfriend, and she's like almost falling asleep. But here I can sit here and I can talk for 1 hour and just talk. And you guys are so nice to me. Oh man, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, she's not listening. I hope she's not listening. You don't have an hour? I don't care. I'm gonna be talking an hour there anyway. That's the beauty of this. You can't tell me what to do. All right. So what I'm seeing here, like, what is a bullish break in market structure, and what's a bearish break in market structure? Well, so oh fuck, I wasn't supposed to do that. So here you have a trending market. We got uptrend, right? Higher highs and higher lows, and boom, we meet a range right here or something like that. Well, she's the one. It's just like, I talk way too much. So this is like therapy for me, right? I get to talk, and then the rest of the day I can be a more calm person, and I don't have to talk all the time. Like, I interrupt people all the fucking time. I say whatever I think, and it might, it's gonna cause weird situation in real life. But here, I'm just here and I'll talk about trading. I can talk interruptedly for an hour, and it's like therapy for me, because when I leave here, I'm like, oh, nice. I've been able to talk. Like, I'm sitting at family dinners, and I'm like talking about crypto for an hour, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up, you've been talking about crypto for an hour, nobody cares. It's like that, you know what I mean? So down here, I can be that nerdy trader looking at price action, and you guys are like, yeah, I like that break and retest, while my family's like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm in the shower and I'm seeing, like, on the curtains, I'm seeing like ascending triangles and breakouts. I'm like, look at that. That's a good risk to reward right there. I'm not on coke. I'm on coffee. Stopped doing coke like 5 years ago. Might still be in my system though. That's some weird shit, you know what I mean? Don't do drugs. Crypto is kind of like very similar. When it's bullish, like when it's pumping, and when you're in a position it's pumping, it's very similar. So, kind of forgot what I was talking about. This is a bullish market structure right here. I am Swedish. So we have an uptrend right here, higher highs and high lows. We enter a range. We break that to the downside. We enter a downtrend. Now, what is a bullish break in market structure, right? So right here, this is a bearish break in market structure, right? And this would then be a bullish break in market structure, because you go from lower lows and lower highs into higher highs and higher lows. And this right here, yes, I did actually forgot to meditate. That's probably why. So this right here is the bullish break in market structure, right? So you can kind of see how this right here kind of is the same thing here, right? So you have a high, low, lower high, lower low. Let's call that a high, lower low, potential lower high. So this is a 4-hour downtrend. Now let's add my moving averages, which is the 20 EMA in a 4-hour, the 50 EMA in a 4-hour, and the if you stick around, you might actually know. No, Birb's not Swedish. Birb is from Poland. I'm from Sweden. So yeah, okay. So this is a would be a bullish break in market structure, right? But we haven't seen that, right? So what I need to see from Bitcoin to actually reclaim, you know, I need Bitcoin to reclaim the 60K region. But then if you add the daily 50 EMA, you will see right here that it's right here, right? It's right here, confluent with that horizontal level, right? You can kind of see how that's a SR level right here, and it's right in there. It's right in the middle. So what needs to happen here for Bitcoin to turn bullish and this to be the bottom, it needs to reclaim the daily 50 EMA. And then you can also add the daily 20 EMA, because for extra confirmation, you would like to reclaim the daily 20 EMA as well, which is up here, and it's not that far above, right? And then you add the 4-hour 20 EMA, and you will see here that it's actually testing the 4-hour 20 EMA right now, confluent with the daily 50 EMA, right? And the stochastics RSI on the 4-hour is obviously in the overbought territory, right? And if you have a stochastics bear cross, which you're actually about to, well, you're actually getting that on this candle right here. So if you're getting a stochastics bear cross while also seeing a bigger 4-hour bearish engulfing, so let's see if this candle might close down here as a bearish engulfing candle. Now for me, that would actually be a short setup, right? And then you go back to the daily chart and you're going to ask yourself, you know, would I want to be shorting this trend right here? And obviously you don't want to short this, because the bullish momentum comes in quite quickly when you have a trend like this. So you don't really like the take profit targets for a short in a overall bullish market structure. It needs to be quite tight, because you're not really sure how far it's going to run. And I would say that sure, you might like, it's most likely going to bounce here at 54. So that would be perhaps even your last target if you're taking a short here. Maybe you leave 25 open, but I do not recommend taking a short when there's like a big, you know, a very bullish market structure. Thank you, man. I really appreciate your comments. I love you all, no matter how weird you guys are. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm embarrassing. But if you listen to my TA, I'm pretty sure you're gonna learn a thing or two. Diego, welcome to the channel. All right, so I don't want to short this, right? Because it's an overall bullish market structure, and you know, honestly, I don't want to short a you know, very strong bullish market structure, right? It's just, it goes against the overall trend, right? But if you're looking to short Bitcoin, this would be a decent opportunity to do so. So let's look at a possible. All right, so if this isn't TA, then what is TA? Please, could you please write the definition of TA? Because in my head, the definition of TA is you look at past price history and you try to, with that, predict where price is going in the future. Very, very simple. Now, honestly, show me the definition of TA. I've been studying this shit for 4 years. I'm studying CMT, which is like the highest recognized technical analyst, you know, community in the goddamn world. Now you show me what is TA and what's not TA. All right. So get out of here with those comments, because this is 100% TA, and you know that. You know that. I don't know why you're posting weird comments like that, because you all know this. Anyway, back to TA, technical, like back to TA, right? So we like if I would short this, my whole system is based on going with the overall trend, right? So if the daily, yeah, you might be finding a lot of head and shoulders and that type of TA Otherwise, well, of course it's a TA, but you know what I mean. It's like you see Head and Shoulders all over the place, and it's not leaving Head and Shoulders anyway. Yeah, I do ignore the SELT. It's you know, when you have a lot of views like I have right now, you're always gonna have some retards, but that's all right. You know, that's all right because they are people too, and we have to respect that, right? So we don't go against the trend, so I don't recommend taking this trade, but this is a learning experience for you guys. So if this were a daily downtrend, then this would be a good short trade. So what you want to do right here is you want to wait for a 4-hour bearish engulfing at this level right here with a 4-hour stochastic bull cross. Stops would then be above the last highs, which is this right here, the last bounce of support, which is basically the last lower high, right? So something like that. But then again, remember that I said that this would be probably the last TP, and you're not really sure where it will bounce. And you look to the left here, and you see that this is obviously a pretty strong support level on the lower time frames, which I've marked out right here. So that then has to be some type of TA. I mean, some type of take profit, which is 1-to-1. And honestly, I don't really. Actually, you know what? I do respect troll comments because it's like when they're funny, they're hilarious. I like that stuff. You know, I mean, you can troll me as much as you want, but at least try to be funny. Like joke about how I'm looking and what I'm saying, or my face, or my big ears, or some shit like that. But at least do something with your comments. Be funny, and I might, you know, that's all I care about. You know what I mean? Just bring some value to the stream while being funny. While you know what I mean. So the fact here that one of the major take profits here would be like 56.5, and it's 1.1, and then below here is what I would say would be the last TP, because the chances of a bounce here is quite high. So the risk to reward on this trade is just not really good anyway. So you have a low risk to reward, you know, just low risk to reward. And you're trading against the overall trend. So obviously this is not a good trade because it's against the overall trend and it's a low risk to reward. Now, if the best level be down here, so if the strongest support right now would be down here and the risk to reward is very favorable, yes, then it might be slightly interesting to take a short. Now, if we do reclaim the 59K or even the 60K region for Bitcoin and the daily 50 EMA, and we'll print a pattern like this, then yes, I do believe that we have a bottom, right? And if this is the pattern that I'm looking at to actually try to, you know, not time the bottom, but what I like to do is I'd like to for the bottom to kind of come along and then print itself and then stop moving higher. And when we have a obvious bottom being put in, that's when I'd like to buy. I'm not trying to time the bottom or catch a falling knife. All I do is I try to wait for the bottom to be put in. I wait for a bullish market structure on at least the 1 hour, but preferably the 4 hour, with reclaiming the 4 hour moving averages, and in this case the 20 EMA and the 50 EMA and the 4 hour and the daily, right? So this pattern right here could be, you know, could be down here as well. I don't really care. I'm just going to wait for that to happen. All I know is, you know, I'm holding my Bitcoin long, I'm holding my long-term altcoins and Bitcoin, and I'm going to be increasing those bags here, just like I did here, because, you know, the chances that we were going to get a bounce on the first retest of the daily 50 was quite high. Now, obviously, we didn't get that, so I'm holding funds to buy more lower whenever we have that bottom pattern right there. So let's look at the altcoin market, because now we know what to expect from Bitcoin. So like it, before we go into the altcoin market, there's one very simple thing here that I guess most people want me to answer. Do I expect Bitcoin to move up or down from current levels? Well, it's obviously a very hard question to answer. And the way you, like, most of you watching this might not be, full-time traders, and a lot of you might be very new to this game, right? So you might be thinking, when I say stuff like, if this happens, I'll go long. If this happens, I'll go short. A lot of people will interpret that like I'm just saying that price will go up or down, right? But you have to understand that in TA, you have to make at least 3 scenarios, right? What should I do if Bitcoin goes up? What should I do if Bitcoin goes down? And what should I do if Bitcoin goes sideways, right? And then how would those scenarios look like? So I'm posting those stuff on Twitter, and I will have reply guys saying like, well, so you think price will go up and down? Thank you, And that's not really my intention, and that is not our intention. It's actually the fact that we have to ask ourselves these very simple questions, right? We have to say, I don't predict price to do anything. I don't think price is going to do anything. But if price does this, I'm going to do this. So if price does A, I'm going to go do B, right? And that's the way you should look at TA and trading. So I can't tell you that Bitcoin is going up from here or Bitcoin is going down from here. But what I can tell you is if the short setup that I've explained to you now is setting up with a 4-hour bearish engulfing and a stochastic bear cross on a 4-hour at this level, I think then at that time, the probability of seeing a move lower, it is much higher. And I would then potentially look at a move back, a move down to 54K as my first level. That's scenario number 1, the bearish one right there and the low time frames. And then scenario number 2 would be the bullish one, and that is if Bitcoin can reclaim the 59 or 60K region confluent with the 50 EMA in the daily. If that happens with a break and retest, a break in market structure, I expect Bitcoin to move higher, and I then expect Bitcoin to put in a major bottom here, and that is most likely when we get that move up into new all-time highs. Do I think that will happen? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know, and that's the point here. I have no idea what's going to happen. All I know is I have several scenarios on what I think might happen. So let's go for some real questions here. If you have any questions, please write them in the chat. And so honestly, like I don't want to talk about specific courses, but it's like honestly the best lesson for me was being in that Bitcoin Bravado the trading community in 2017 and 18, and then kind of watching how the traders traded, and then trying to copy that traders system that I identified with the most. So I remember we had traders being breakout traders and break and retest traders and stuff like that, and I really kind of understood the break and retest system better, so I started doing that. And it's all about trial and error. So the best trading course that you can do is first learn how to develop a system, and you will learn that by being a member in the Birb Nest. And I'm not saying, go buy a subscription. I'm just saying go join the free Trading Congress, and you will watch the webinars, and you will learn how to build your own trading system and develop your own trading system. And with that, you will be able to start journaling and back testing. And with your journal, you will be able to see small, you will be able to get statistics on your trade, and you will with time start to figure out what is working and what is not working. And it's all about trial and error. You keep on doing the things that is working, and you make sure to take notes on what is working. And with time, you will have a trading system in place, and that's all you need, right? That's all you need. If you are going to buy a trading system, make sure that it's a trading system done by somebody that you know and you understand that trading style. So if you buy a trading course, you can buy a trading course for a beginner trader, which will show you the basics of TA and that kind of stuff, sure. But then the next step is getting a trading course that actually gives you a system, a profitably, a proven profitable system, and make sure that the person you're buying from and has developed that is first a professional full-time trader and not just some YouTube guy, and that he is giving you something that you understand. You understand the system. Otherwise, it's going to be it's just going to be a waste of money. All right. Do you think it's okay to enter the market with just $100, of course, of developing strategy? So, well, it's okay, and you can do that, of course, but you're not gonna make any money. All right, you're not gonna make any money. You can't make money without money. But what you can do in this case is you can, and this is something interesting I think a lot of people should know. If you're able to create a trading system with 100, like it doesn't matter, $100 and you risk 1%, sure, and it's all about statistics and percentage, right? If you're able to develop a profitable system and you can trade that profitably for a couple of months, you can apply for funding, right? So there is prop firms out there which will give you money, quite large amount of money, to trade. If you can prove to them that you have a profitable system, you can trade for them and they give you money. Now that is, I'm not sure if you have something like that in crypto, but you definitely have it in Forex. So if you have a price action system that works well in the crypto market, try it on Forex. And if you're successful trading profitably in the Forex market with, I don't know, 5 to 10% profit every month, you can apply for funding. And that's firms like FTMO, for example, will be able to give you money for that. So if you only have a $100, maybe trading isn't for you. I'm sorry for everyone for kind of crushing your dreams here, but that's just the truth here. You know what I mean? The focus on percentages, focus on creating a system if you don't have the money to fund yourself. And if you have very small money like that, it's better to go all in on a product that you believe in and hope for the best. What indicators are you using? I am indicating, so right here at the top I have the Birb Pro, which we are actually developing a new Birb Pro, which are going to get released sooner than later, and which I'm not using the Birb too much right now in my trading, because I'm checking the new one more often. So the second indicator right here is 10 MAs, which you will be able to have 5 EMAs and 5 SMAs on the chart at any given time. So this is good if you don't have a paid account on TradingView. It's from Crown's Crypto Cave, I believe, which is a great channel, by the way. Great guy. I don't really know him, but I've watched him a lot. Great trader, great TA. This is the one, Crown's 10-pack combo, 5 EMAs and 5 SMAs. And then I have the Spaceman BTC key level, which will give me the monthly open and the weekly open right here. These are 2 levels I'm watching as support and resistance. And you can kind of see here that the monthly open has definitely some significant here in price action. And that one is called Spaceman BTC key levels gray. Weird name, but yeah, that's the one. And then what I have, and the most used indicator, is I have this one, which is, where do I have it? It's called Higher Time Frame EMA, created by somebody called Zen and the Art of Trading. So you can probably search that. It's a free one. And what this will do is it will show you whatever indicator you want on whatever time frame you want. So, or whatever time frame you're watching. So you can see here that I have added 4 of these, and I have 2, which is the 4-hour 20 and the 4-hour 50, and 2, which is the daily 20 and daily 50. And what I've done here is I went into settings and I've selected this. Never mind, whatever. So it should be the 4-hour has the thinnest thickness on the line, and the daily has a little thicker line, and I'm using the dotted ones. So if I go on, for example, the 1 hour, I will clearly see here that the daily moving averages, the 20 and the 50, has thicker dots, and there has more space in between them, and the 4-hour has less space and is thinner, right? So that way I can watch these 2 moving averages, which is the only moving averages I use in my trading. I can watch them on whatever time frame I'm looking at. So on the weekly, for example, you will see this, and you will clearly see the daily moving averages, and then down here you will see the 4-hour moving averages shown a little bit less clear. And then at the bottom, I have the stochastics RSI, and it's a free indicator you can find on TradingView. And my settings for the stochastics RSI is I've just changed around the colors, right? It's the base settings here. I'm using the upper band as 70 and the lower band as 30. You can for less trades, but perhaps higher confirmation, use the 80 and the 20 line, so that you're giving, but I'd like to have the 70 and 30, because it's not really about the exact level and exact price. It's more about how it's printing across and stuff like that, right? So these are the settings. I've removed the background and changed the colors used to fit my overall theme and make the shot look as clean as possible. Let's see if we have any more questions. For a newbie with no Bitcoin and only $100, should I buy Bitcoin, or have I missed the boat? Well, same thing here, right? If you don't have a lot of money, you're not going to be able to make a lot of money. So if we think that Bitcoin at the end of this bull market, if this prolonged cycle continues and Bitcoin is going to I believe that we're going to have a top at 100K, not the top, but a major top at 100K, potentially the major top, right? So the end of the bull market would be like 100K. I know that's very conservative. A lot of people talk about 200 to 300. Sure, that is very, very possible, very possible. But I've got my eyes on the 100K region for various reasons. I've had that as my target all the way. Since we started this bull run, I had 100K target, and obviously we're going to have to see what price action does at that level. But if we expect Bitcoin to kind of hit 100K before the start of the bull market, that's or bear market, that's a 72%. So you're not going to make a lot of money on that unless you add huge leverage. And if you do add huge leverage, you're gonna get stopped out. So if you have $100, you should probably look at maybe the gaming play to earn gaming market. You should probably look at finding new projects which is linked to gaming, play to earn, and metaverse, NFT, that kind of stuff, right? Try to get in early on those when they're newly released, when they're out. When you're out in at the beginning of the cycle, and you have to gamble. You basically have to gamble to make any money with that small amount of money. It's just but it's a gamble. So I still think that it's but I do think that's the best way to do it. Find a good product, gaming product with good development, good team, good experience, and regular updates and that kind of stuff, and just take maybe 4 of those and divide those $100 into 4 products, right? And you're going to be looking at you should be aiming at like 10K. I mean, not 10K. You should be looking at 10 times the profit. So if you can 10x one of those positions, you might start to have like, or 100x, right? If you 100x that, you might start to have a trading capital, right? All right. Yeah, dollar cost average is not a bad strategy. So what I do, what dollar cost average is actually, you have a set amount of money you buy at a given date. The most normal way to do this is you have your salary every end of the month, you're getting paid, and then a certain percentage of that pay is then used with buying Bitcoin at the same date, right? And by doing it that way, you do not risk buying the absolute top with a lot of money, or like, and you're not going to be able to buy the absolute bottom with a lot of money, but you will spread it out. So if you're in the bull market, you will keep adding exposure regularly to the bull market, and prices keep going up, and you're probably getting a decent entry. So that's obviously a good way to just constantly, regularly add exposure to the crypto market. Obviously, as a trader, like if you're a trader and you plan on trading, that is obviously not a good strategy. But if you're not planning on trading and just adding exposure, DCA is a good strategy to do that. Let's see if we have any more questions. You know what? I have about 15 minutes left. So with these last 15 minutes, I want to look at the altcoin market to see if we can find any setups on altcoin market. Because if Bitcoin actually breaks the daily 15 minute to the upside, or could actually range here for a bit, we most likely going to see some nice. We most likely going to see some nice altcoin setups forming here, right here. So we do actually have a. So this is Sol, right? So this is Sol right here. We looked at Sol on a webinar a while back, and I really do like this one right here. You can see here, and a lot of people will probably comment on, yes, I'll take a look at LITECOIN as well. A lot of people will probably comment here and say, this is a shitty trend line. And yes, it's a shitty trend line, but the way I use trend lines is it's not going to be exact. The way I use trend lines is I view my trend lines as if it were a channel like this, right? So I view my trend lines like as if it were a channel. Just like I view my horizontal levels like if it's horizontal areas. And you can kind of see here that if you view that trend line as a very big area, you can see the price have interacted with this trend line area very, very nicely. So instead of using exact levels, and it's like going to be exact, you're going to use the wicks and not the candle closes. Like, people who says that are most likely not experienced with using trend lines, at least not in the way I am, right? A lot of people probably say like you can only use candle closes and candle close to candle closes and not wicks to candle closes. Well, try it out, back test it, and see if it works better or not. I've found that it doesn't matter. So looking at Sol right here, I do really like the fact that we hit the trendline area complement with the 50% fib measured from that low to this high. This looks like a probable trade. Now, what I want to see for this to actually what I want to see to really go long on this is I want to see another move lower here, right, and a bounce. So if we expect the current high to be the high, we want to see a move down to the reload zone of this move right here, which you can see is confluent with another test of the horizontal level and the trendline area. So this for me would be a very nice trade on Sol if we do have a confirmed bounce here. And you can see also that it's happening right on the daily 50 EMA. So that could also be the second test of the daily 50 EMA. And that would be a beautiful entry right here for Sol, a very high risk to reward trade, which would have an average R of about 6 when following these take profits right here. So that's what I'm looking on Sol, one of the most interesting coins right now for setup. And then, of course, we have SAND and AVAX, which we have an active trade on AVAX in the Birb Nest, which is running phenomenally right here. Unfortunately, I had a different approach to the official call, which stopped me out in a very bad way. So that was a huge mistake on my part. And I then looked for a new trade on AVAX right here, where I wanted to go long on the retest of that level. And this is the problem with being a break and retest trader. If there's no retest, there's no trade. So I'm just going to have to wait for another break and retest to happen higher. And that is really where patience come in. By the way, guys, like the video. It's soon done. I'm going to look at LITECOIN and some other coins. But if you haven't already, like the video. Thank you very much. So yeah, this is definitely a problem. But right now, I might be able to go long here on a break and retest if there's a confirmed bounce. Yeah, our friend FTM. We're not really friends with FTM, but I'll look at that one anyway. And then SAND, which is just crazy, right? But on SAND, I actually do think that if Bitcoin breaks down, if Bitcoin breaks lower, there is a chance that we test the breakout area right here, and that would be a perfect perfect trade for me. I would love to go long on sand around the 3.25 area for sand is what I'm looking. And then Ethereum, what's happening with Ethereum? We have a double bottom and a W on Ethereum, very much like a Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is not. It's like Ethereum. It's like Bitcoin being down here. So Ethereum is actually looking a little bit better here. I do like the structure on Ethereum. I do like this level on Ethereum right here. So instead of waiting for a break and retest of the daily 50 EMA like we're doing on Bitcoin, we're going to be waiting for a reclaim of the daily 20 EMA for Ethereum, and that would look like this, right? We have that double bottom W formation right here, break of the neckline of the W, retest the daily 20 EMA, and then we move higher. And this could be a really nice setup, really nice setup, where up to the highs would be around 2R. So good setup on Ethereum, and that's what I'm looking on Ethereum as well. So I got some alerts here on Ethereum. And you know what, guys? I've talked about the Forex market, how you could get funded in the Forex market if you have a profitable system. And most of you are crypto traders. But please, we're going to have a bear market. We are going to have a bear market. And if you can't trade a bear market successfully, like it's not going to be as many opportunities in a bear market. I can promise you that. It's not going to be as fun trading the bear market. But if you diversify your markets that you're actually trading, and if you can do that with a similar system on all markets, you're going to have a much better time. Because what I do is, when the crypto market is quiet, when there's nothing going on in the crypto market, I trade the Forex market. This is a trade setup on USD CHF that I've entered orders for yesterday, and it's pretty much based on exactly the same system that I'm using in the crypto market. So you will see the similarities here. I'm pretty sure you will see the similarities here. You know, uptrend, break and retest of a significant level, confluent with the 20 EMA and 4-hour, where the 4-hour bullish engulfing, reclaiming the 4-hour 20 EMA. I'm entering orders on a retest of the 4-hour 20 EMA, stochastic bull cross in an overall uptrend. So like it's very similar systems. So keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind, right? So back to altcoins right here. Let's see. Bear market when? Nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Birb doesn't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows when there's going to be a bear market, right? If somebody says they know when there's going to be a bear market, they have no idea. And probably what they say is, I think there might be possibility of a bear market at that point because this and that. But nobody knows. Nobody knows. So what we have to do is we have to wait, observe, and wait for something to happen that might indicate a top. Yes, bear market will come after the peak. You're absolutely right about that. What is a good question? You know what? I can't do any more questions. I have to actually go through the list here because we don't have a lot of time. So let's sand. All right, sand, break and retest. What I'm doing right now, I'm showing you what I believe is the strongest altcoins in the crypto market right now for a trade. So take notes, save it, look at it, trade it if you can. Sand perp, break and retest of the 3.25 area, go long on a bounce. AVAX, not sure, but we are definitely going to look for a new long on a higher swing low. Ethereum, break and retest of the blue box, reclaim of the daily 20 EMA would be a fantastic long. Sol, if Ethereum is going to reclaim the daily 20 EMA and we're going to have a move upwards on Bitcoin, yes, Sol will not retest this level lower, most likely, and we could then look at a break and retest of the 220 area. So break, retest, 220, you go long. BAT is a very strong coin, very strong coin. Look at this on the daily, right? So you look at this on the daily, you see that you had a massive daily double bottom right here, break retest of the neckline of the W in the double bottom. This is just absolutely fantastic. Yesterday's daily candle was a daily bullish engulfing with a daily stochastic bull cross below 30. This is a fantastic setup right here. But I'm not. It's a very bullish chart, but I'm not sure how to trade it. That's the problem. I'm actually going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to be. Even if the chart looks very bullish, I'm not really sure how I would trade this because it's quite choppy on the 4-hour time frames right here. But this is definitely something I'm monitoring for. I want to see something kind of stand out. So I want to I'm going to look at LITECOIN in a minute. So whenever I have alerts up here and down here, and whenever those alert goes off and I see something along this, Chili's right here as well looks pretty good. You have that. Look at this: bat, Chili's, bat, Chili's. What's the difference? I don't know. Very similar. Very, very, very similar. Bat looks a little bit stronger though, but this is the same idea here. You see, on Chili's, I actually see a potential setup right here. All right. So a break and retest of that area right there, and that area being the upper part is 0.5, right? Very nice, very nice. So here, that would be the setup for me. So I'm adding one alert right here. Now, let's look at LITECOIN. What is happening with LiTECOIN? Have we bounced inside the reload zone? I don't know. Let's see if I... All right, so one question before we go into LiTECOIN. This is a very important question. All right. Stop losses. Your stop loss gets hit a lot, and then it goes in the favorite direction. Now, let me kind of throw this back at you. You know, like, what do you think you should do? Because for me and maybe others watching this, it's very obvious what you should be doing. And I'll tell you what I did when I had the same problem when I started trading. Right? So I always I traded the break and retest system in a way where I put my buy orders on the level, and then I put my stop loss right below the last swing low of the breakout, right? So I usually did that the way I was working another job and getting home. I didn't have a lot of time, so I did that. Usually in the evening, I put in the orders, and I woke up to see the setup stopped out. So I had the orders working when I was sleeping, and then I got stopped out when I woke up and checked my charts, and price were hitting my stop loss and then reversing. So I figured, like, what's going on here? So what I did was I made a note. I had a post-it note, and I wrote big letters. I wrote, lower your stop loss. Put that one on, and then I had another post-it note, and I wrote, lower your stop loss more. And then another one, and I said, when you think the stop loss is good, you lower it some more. And I started doing that, and obviously I didn't get stopped out. The thing here is my risk to reward per trade was much lower because my stop loss was much wider. But I was winning, right? I was winning. I was not getting stopped out and losing. I actually started winning. So the lower reward trades made me money, but I thought the high reward trades were going to make me money, but they just caused me to get stopped out. So what I'm saying here is, don't be greedy, have a very wide stop loss. If you think the stop loss level is at the right place, you lower it, and then you lower it some. And you do that on every trade, and then you go back and you watch trades 1 month later, and then get back to me, right? How long did it take? How long did it take for you to become profitable after getting into crypto? Right. It took me. Well, I was very profitable in 17 before it crashed. So I guess that doesn't count. I think it took. So I entered early summer 17, got wrecked at the top. I spent 2018. Learning TA, and then 2019, I started slowly but surely becoming profitable. So I'd say, what year is it today? Is it 2021? Yeah. So say 2 years, perhaps 2 years. 1, 7, 8. Yeah, 2 years probably. But it took me only under a year to become profitable in the Forex market, probably because I had the knowledge already. So if you've been in crypto for a couple of years, if you've been in crypto for a couple of years, guys, try it out. Try trade the Forex market if you really like trading. It's going to be very beneficial for you guys. Man, there's so many short requests. Link. I know a lot of you like Link. I don't like Link, but if it's gonna pump, I'll buy Link. Absolutely. So what we have to do right here is we kind of have to look at the overall trend. Now, is the overall trend bullish or bearish? If you're gonna spam the chat with short request, I'm not gonna look at it. Is it easier to trade Forex than the cryptocurrency? Yeah, I do think so, because in the Forex market, it's very hard in a different way. It's like it's very different. But in the crypto market, it's like you don't have to care about. In the Forex market, you don't have to care about what Bitcoin is doing. That's pretty nice. You don't have to watch Bitcoin dominance, and like if you're in 10 altcoins with 1% risk, you're effectively in the market with 10% risk because all the altcoins move with each other. You know what I mean? So it's like crypto market is very difficult in its own way. While trading like one pair on the Forex in the Forex market, it's not really core. Like it's not like if I'm going long on Euro JPY, I have to shake USD CHF or something like that. Of course, there's going to be currency pairs that are somewhat correlated, and if you're trading USD on two pairs, there's going to be correlation there, right? But in the altcoin market, everything is like in the crypto market, everything is correlated. Everything. So if Bitcoin moves, everything else moves. There's going to be some coins that are not correlated, but on the bigger scale, everything is correlated. So it's going to be it's a difficult relationship, and I do think that a lot of people, that's not the right trading environment for a lot of people. So the Forex market, which is, in my opinion, has cleaner movements at points, at least on some pairs, is going to be a much more simplistic overall environment for a 100% TA trader to trade. Of course, you have to view the major news events going on around the world, but there's websites for that, right? You can just check the economic calendars right here. You will see every day what type of major news events are coming out, and you can just not trade that day or something, right? But in crypto, if Bitcoin pumps, it pumps. If you're long on altcoins, Bitcoin dumps, you're getting stopped out. That's just how it is, right? So it's you have to it's two different worlds, but some are better for some people. You know what I mean? Man, it's already been an hour. Holy shit. Let's look at LITECOIN. So we're in an uptrend. Obviously in an uptrend right here. Okay? Obviously in an uptrend. I like this. Now we're going to add the fibs from the very low right here to the high right here. And we're going to ask ourselves, what levels have we hit? Have we hit the 0.618? Yes. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. It's like you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. It's too good. It's just too good. Where do we have the daily 20 EMA? The weekly 20 EMA? Do we even have that one here? Yeah, you see that right below here. So it's very high confluence area, right? Very high confluence area. Now, by the way, guys, if you're not following me on Twitter, I'm at LiBZ42 on Twitter. If you're not following me, I share stuff like this all the time on Twitter as well. So that's a pretty good support for LITECOIN. A very good support for LITECOIN. It also prints a daily, most likely today, it's going to print a stochastics bull cross on a daily. I love this. It's absolutely fantastic. Will I long this here? No. I won't, because I want to see a confirmed bottom, right? And that would be this, right? And I would probably long here with stops down here. That looks absolutely fantastic. I like LITECOIN here. Looks nice. Very nice. And that's a very good break and retest. It's a clean break and retest. You have like a clean thrust candle here, breaking the level. A lot of time and space between the break and retest. Absolutely beautiful. Perfect. I like it. But then a lot of the altcoins will look like this. I said on Twitter, I am at LiBZ42. At LiBZ42. You can hopefully you can see my name in the title and everything. I think it's in the description as well. What is a realistic profit and percentage for trading 1 year in Forex? So let's not talk about 1 year. Let's talk about monthly, month-to-month basis. And I know a lot of professional traders trade in the Forex market, which are happy with a 2 to 5% profit every month. My goal is at least 5. No, not at least 5. I want to be making, like, I want to be, let's say on average 5% every month on average, right? But I am slowly but surely making my way up to 10% profit per month, and that is good. That is good, right? I know, like I said, I know a lot of people are very happy with an average of 2 to 5% every month, and then you have to calculate obviously how much money you have to in your account to make that profitable, right? So realistically, when you're starting out in the Forex market, your aim should be first profitability, right? So like realistically, you need like first, it's going to be very hard, but if you're profitable for 2 months in a row, that's nice. That's a good start. And I'm talking about 1 to 2% profitable 2 months in a row. It's not going to be easy. Like that is really hard. But then when you are profitable for 2 months, you can then start looking at profit targets, which would be like the first target would be 5%. If you're okay with 5% and you're making 5% a month, that is good. That is good. You can stay there and make money depending on your trading capital. Obviously, you're gonna have a high trading, like large trading capital to make money on a 5% increase every month. But 10%, that's like you reach 10% on a monthly basis consistently. That's super hard. But if you do that, man, you're gonna be making a lot of money, and you can definitely get funded with that. All right, guys. So I'm actually done with the live stream today, and I'm hearing my kids screaming in the background. They seem to want food, so I should probably make some food before they start killing each other. I bought this tractor for my 4-year-old, and it's like a really fast electric tractor, and I can hear him driving around outside, and he's just crazy. He's trying to get out of like rocks and steep hills and like insane. So I had to kind of run out and see, because it's quite quiet out there, And when kids get quiet, that's a problem. All right, guys, gotta check out on them, see if they're actually alive. So yeah. If you like these types of stuff, I'm doing this on almost a daily basis in the Birb Nest. So check out the 14 days trading congress. It's 5 days left. I would love for you guys to join me in there and trade with me. And yeah, all right. Take care, guys, and I hope to see you in there.